makes it
Just got to keep
fun.
it natural, right?
Right?
Like it's a comic shop. We have to work. Oh, hey! Good evening, Carol John shoppers. We faked that. We weren't actually working. Welcome to Tuesday night with John Shear, Andrea, me, Ben, Kyle's behind the camera. We've got a very potent table of comics. We were just actually discussing how many comics we read today that not only we wanted to read to inform you, but that we wanted to read because they were coming out and we were looking forward to them. It was a lot. I don't remember our exact number, somewhere between 10 and 15, but super stoked to tell you about all of this. This table is a bit of a mess in a good way with all this good stuff on it, but we'll get to it. One update is stuff upcoming is next week on June 20th. The Thursday is our late night comics, and we've got it's a little bit up in the air in a good way. We bought a couple of really great collections in the past week. If you missed it, you can look behind my shoulder or pause the video or whatever, or check out John Dudas did a re-rack one morning this week and then also this morning. So there are two videos up there of all the new stuff that we had up here. Some of those key books are gone. A lot of them are not. It's a spectacular influx of back issues. John Shear's been working his tail off. John Dudas took like 80 long boxes home. It's a beautiful mess. But those issues will be up here for the foreseeable future until they sell, hopefully. But that includes going into Thursday, for late night comics. These back issues will not be half off. The rest of them in the store will be. So there is no reason to wait to come and get them. If you see something up there in those re-rack videos or over my shoulder tonight, come and grab it because they're not going to last. There's some beautiful books on that wall, including some really scarce Nintendo books from Valiant, which is a soft spot for me. Tons of Spider-Man key issues, tons of X-Men key issues, few Venoms. What we got? Some Avengers over there in the corner. Only
Rare spawns.
a lot of rare spawns, and we're still finding rare spawns. So we're really stoked about this new collection, acquisition, everything that's been coming in. So that's really awesome. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for new books. On Thursday, we are going to have those, on Thursday next week, during Late Night Comics, we are going to have dollar books covering the table per usual, but they're going to be 50 cents. No qualifier, no buying 100 books, no nothing. Come in, give us $2, grab a book. That's it. We're celebrating all the new stuff. So I'm sure there will be some of the new acquisitions in there after we've leafed through it a little bit, and then all the other back issues half off. And John's going to be out of town, and he said that the inmates can run the asylum, and we can do something silly if we want to. So he just told us that about like an hour ago. So we're brainstorming the silliness. And if you have watched any of these videos before, we can get kind of silly. We've teased the idea of a trench coat night.
No, long coat.
Long coat night, which is weirder somehow. We teased the idea of a van painting party, which I don't think is going to fly, but we teased the idea. My point is the juices are flowing. So let's get to new stuff, right? Again, that's June 20th, next week on Thursday. We have 3 first appearances this week, all from Marvel. Ultimate X-Men number 4 brings us the first appearance of Amano. Cool. Spider-Boy number 8 is the first appearance of the Puzzle Man. And Deadpool Wolverine World War III is the first appearance of a villain named Delta, which is awesome. Some of my favorite artwork of the week. But we'll get to that in a minute when we get to it on the table. For now, let's start with Image. Here's where our odd setup starts and kind of ends. We're going to do Image collected editions. First is a fantastic miniseries called Our Bones Dust. It's a little horror. It's a little post-apocalyptic, very sci-fi, awesome artwork, really, really great collection. Junior Baker, Righteous Faker, the entire miniseries is collected. Right below it, it's volume 1 of Midlife or How to Hero at 50, where a man gets superpower, firefighter in his 50s gets superpowers and has to deal with that in the real world. And then we've got 2 really, really, fantastic books that we were looking forward to reprints of. The Universal Monsters Creature of the Black Lagoon, issue number 1 of that 4-issue miniseries reprinted. So we got a nice little stack of that. But speaking of nice little stacks, Ain't No Grave, number 1 of 5 from Scotty Young is one of my favorite books of the past couple of years. I reread issue 1 today because we have issue 2 here on the table. Absolutely take our recommendation on this book. We will not steer you wrong. The entire staff enjoyed it. It is the perfect amount of Western and supernatural and just a heartfelt story about a single woman who's done wrong and has to get over herself and do right. Really, really perfect. Oversized first issue. Great book to have a great stack of on the table. And right next to it, we've got issue number 2, which just takes off running right from the end of issue number 1. Awesome action, awesome setup for the rest of the series. And to go along with it, we have the Scotty Young cover, the 1 in 25 variant, which is great.
Not the last Scotty Young you'll see today.
That is so true. Moving right along with Image, we've got Spawn Monolith number 2 of 3. We've got Deviant on issue number 6, where they're really getting into the solving the crime angle of it. And then there's a 1 in 10 variant to go along with that one. And do you want me to turn this over to you so you can talk about it?
No, go for it. You can talk about it. Because we'll talk about it when the trade comes in and I sell another 20 of them.
Oh my God, look at the smugness on that
I mean,
face.
if you here, we'll go to it. Plastic Death and Dolls. It's the first issue. It's the prequel to the Plastic miniseries that came out 8 years ago. And I've managed to sell probably, I think we counted about 60 of them in that amount of time.
And counting.
And counting. It's a prequel to that. You find out all about his proclivities, as a child and how he got to this point, and eventually, why he likes plastic dolls and serial killing.
This is one where John Shear's a little bit too good of a person to look directly in the camera and say, take my recommendation on this, but you should absolutely just take his recommendation on it.
Yeah.
Just trust him. It's the right kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And then the first of a couple new number 1s from Image, Remote Space is a pretty convoluted sci-fi story with beautiful artwork, but a little over-descriptive in the techno-organic nature of the world that they built there. But if you like some kind of sci-fi you can sink your teeth into, that's a pretty good one. Probably my favorite issue of the week, which I knew I was going to love it, but I didn't know I was going to capital L love it. Geiger number 3 is absolutely my favorite Ghost Machine issue so far. It is a phenomenal book about books in this post-apocalyptic world, and you're bringing Junkyard Joe back into it. So if you guys are following Ghost Machine at all, you know that that's something we were absolutely looking forward to.
It's so good. It's such a good issue. A comic book about books.
It's fantastic. We've got a cover B for that one, which is glorious. And then a 1 in 50 shiny foil variant. Pretty cool. My favorite author, gotta mention, Rick Remender, has a new issue of Napalm Lullaby. They're number 4. And we've got a 1 in 10 variant available next to it. And then this was a surprise hit. I read a preview of Rifters by Brian Posehn, and I thought it was going to be silly in a bad way. And it wasn't. It's silly in a great way. This is the perfect book about time travel that does not take time travel seriously. It is hokey and silly, and they draw. Let's just say that Abraham Lincoln doesn't look like he should while he's giving the Gettysburg Address.
Yes.
It is hilarious. They explore ideas in time travel where someone saved the dinosaurs and there's dinosaur people, and then they have someone messing with Abraham Lincoln during the Gettysburg Address. They have Jurassic Park. I mean, it's just all the silliness, and it moves at a great pace. It's a little bit like 8 Billion Genies if you read that series. But if you're a fan of Bill and Ted, you will love this book. Look at her. Yes, she knows. Yes. Biggest Bill and Ted fan I've ever met.
And if you like Time Cop, because they're cops.
No. They are.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention. The crux of the story is the fact that now the time travel is
available to everyone.
Yeah.
There are cops that have to police people doing bad things.
And just so you know, I don't gush about everything with time travel. It's a weird ending. It's a weird ending to issue 1, but it's a great lead up to it. So Rifters number 1, please try that one out. That one's a great book. And we got a 1 in 10 variant. It's a little more boring than it should be, but that's okay.
There's a dinosaur back there.
Moving right along. This whole row is phenomenal. Transformers number 9. You know that we love Transformers. If you love deep cut Transformers stuff, we've got the right villain making his real appearance in this one, and
we do
doing what he's supposed to do. They are supposed to do. I guess it's a robot. So issue number 9, great cover A. Then we got a cover B. There he is. Cover C is the 1-year anniversary Energon Universe cover. Cover D, 1 in 25 variant. Beautiful. And 1 in 50. Very cool. Cool. Now we're at Marvel stuff. We have 1 reprint from Marvel. Sorry to jump around here a little bit, Kyle. My bad. 1 reprint from Marvel, Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 on its 6th printing. So if you are a clone Spider-Man fan or a Ben Reilly fan or a fan of guys jumping through rooftops in sweatshirts, cut-off sweatshirts, there's your cover. Black Widow by Kelly Thompson, the complete collection, all collected there. Incredible Hulk on its second volume of the current ongoing series by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Then we got some Star Wars stuff, the complete Obi-Wan Kenobi adaptation miniseries, the first trade paperback in phase 3 of Star Wars High Republic. One epic collection from Marvel this week is The Gift, so the X-Men epic collection, The Gift. And then Wolverine, Volume 8 is starting to collect the first half of the Sabretooth War. So there will be 9 trade paperbacks total for Wolverine. This is the first half of Sabretooth War. And now we got Ultimate Marvel. Ultimate X-Men is that first appearance of Amano. We got cover A right there, 1 in 10 design variant. Is this Ryan Gonzalez? Cover B, we'll call it. And then cover C. First of several number ones for Marvel, or it just felt like it? No. Big number one from Marvel. It's continuing from the previous 2 series. Steve Orlando's been writing Scarlet Witch and or Quicksilver for a couple of years now. So this is the first issue. Kind of picks up where it left off. She's a small town witch, but she's really settled into her role there. Some big shocker of an ending, to be honest with you. So there's cover A. There's your cover B, Scotty Young variant. Cover C. Cover D. And the absolutely gorgeous 1 in 25. Very cool. Really tempted to pick that one up. One facsimile edition from Marvel this week. Since it's that time of year and that time of movie release, Deadpool Kills Them All Over Universe. I'm going to pick it up because it's one of my favorite Deadpool stories of all time. It is absolutely the darkest Deadpool has been, I'd say, in recent years. In fact, it's kind of an adjacent multiverse or adjacent story where Deadpool's not really Deadpool. They call him Dreadpool. It's kind of the saga of this, like, how bad can it get for him? Really weird start to a book. Really weird. Awesomely. Yeah, I could say more, but I'm not gonna. Star Wars Darth Vader's on issue number 47. We got that one cover on the table. Then we're on to Spider-Boy with that first appearance of the Puzzle Man. There's your cover A. Here's your Scotty Young cover B. And cover C is the Stormbreaker cover with the new Infinity Stone holder. X-Men Heir of Apocalypse. It's a lot. Great little, it's a miniseries. It's a 4-issue miniseries that's gonna kind of bridge the gap between New X-Men and the end of the Krakoa era that we just saw last week and the week before. Apocalypse is choosing someone to take over his role as supreme first mutant on Earth. There's 12 known mutants that are vying for the title. Whether they're going to use it for good or bad, doesn't matter. Great artwork in the book. Really, it's not a throwaway X-Men book, kind of like I thought it was going to be. It's super fun read. So we got cover A. Next to it, we got a cover B. Cover C is your Masterpieces variant, and then 1 in 50 with the all art cover. Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin is on issue number 3. It's its penultimate issue of the 4-issue miniseries. We got cover A right next to it, a Masterpieces cover B, and a 1 in 50 all art version of that. The Incredible Hulk is on issue number 13. Next to its cover B is the cutest Scotty Young cover of the week, really, in my mind. And then we got a 1 in 50 version of the Scotty Young, that black and white. Deadpool Wolverine World War III, I could gush about all day because I'm really loving these concise, great stories with Deadpool, especially since it's the time of year. I mean, you got to get comics out for a movie that's coming. The artwork in this book is second to none. I love Kubert's artwork. He's killing it. The story is making a lot more sense than it did in issue 1. Sorry, but it is. And it's just going to be a great 3-issue miniseries. I'm super stoked for the third part. There's your cover A. Your cover B is the Stormbreaker Gauntlet, what a gem cover. And then we got 1 in 25 next to it. Deadpool number 3 of the ongoing series is out this week. And this is the one book I didn't get a chance to read, which is wild. Because, what week do I not read the Deadpool books?
I'm pretty sure he's fighting Crossbones.
I'm pretty sure he's fighting Crossbones, though. That's good. It's good summation. So we got cover A right there. The fantastic cover B. If this is still on the table tomorrow morning, I'm going to be shocked. Cover C is your Masterpieces variant. And we got cover D with Rob Liefeld. Thank you.
Yay, Rob.
Yay. Giant Size Daredevil is the one-shot that is tying into Daredevil number 9 and then going into Daredevil number 10. And it also reprints Daredevil number 170. So there's your cover A. Here's your Deadly Foes cover B variant. And then we're on to Gods. Gods on issue number 8. It's the last issue of the miniseries by Jonathan Hickman. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. And 1 in 25. Looks like they're happy in the end. Spoiler. And now the entire rest of the top of the Marvel table is Blood Hunt tie-ins. There are 7 Blood Hunt tie-ins this week, 8 if you count the Red Band edition, which is awesome. We love Blood Hunt. We really do. I'm so stoked that a third of the side of the table is Blood Hunt.
I almost hissed in celebration just now.
Like vampire hiss? All right. The first thing we have for you is the 1 in 25 variant for the Red Band edition. If you missed out on the Red Band when you come into the shop, let us know. We did order more because we don't have any cover A's on the table. But this is the homage 1 in 25 cover of that Red Band. If anything tells me anything, the last 2 1 in 25 variants have skyrocketed in price. So $40 is very, very reasonable. I think that number 1 is going for like $200 right now. Then the next tie-in, Fantastic Four number 21, is written by Ryan North. They're not just throwing this away as a crossover issue and letting someone else cut their teeth on writing it. It's a fantastic, Fantastic Four issue that ties in with Blood Hunt.
It's so good. They do an amazing job. It's Reed and Alicia going out to New York to visit the Museum of Art, and then everything goes black.
And then Blood Hunt. Yeah, and it
Blood Hunt.
works really well as a Fantastic Four issue and as a Blood Hunt issue, and I can't say anything better about it than that.
Yep.
So there's your cover A by Alex Ross, which is great. You got Neil Adams on cover...
Nope.
Art Adams on cover B. I knew as soon as I said it, I was like, that's the wrong Adams. Cover B is Art Adams. Cover C is your Scotty Young cover. And then we've got a 1 in 50 black and white version of that Scotty Young. Then over here, we've got the next Blood Hunt tie-in with Miles Morales, number 21. They are kind of tying up the story of Miles dealing with vampires in a previous story arc. So that's coming right back around. There's your cover A. And then we got a Scotty Young cover B.
This does follow right up after Blood Hunt 3. So if you are thirsting for something right after, that's going to be it.
You full of puns today, dude. Avengers number 15, also Blood Hunt tie-in, with, who's that weird looking vampire Avenger guy? Baron
Blood.
Blood.
Is it Baron Blood?
Yeah.
So he's still there. Nazis. And then cover B. And then cover C is your Scotty Young cover. And then the 1 in 50 black and white. Blood Hunt Strange Academy is on issue number 2. There's your cover A. Here's your cover B. We've also got Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt number 2.
It's Morbin time.
It's the first time they use it's Morbin time in comics.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think that's verified. They could have said
I'm
it.
going to say it.
Right.
I'm going to say it.
I'm 99% sure.
Yeah.
I don't have enough information to
The
repeat
best
you.
is just a picture of your face, like just like rolling your eyes in the best way possible.
No, Morpheus.
Screenshot it later.
Megan Hurley will. That you threw me off. That's cover A. There's cover B by Bjorn Barons. I said Bjorn, right?
Yep.
Then we got a one-shot tie-in, one of 4 X-Men one-shot tie-ins of Blood Hunt. This one's Jubilee. If you have been following Marvel for years, like we all have, there was a big old vampire scare in the X-Men universe about half a decade ago, and a bunch of X-Men turned into vampires, and they had to deal with that. Jubilee was one of them. I think she had a vampire baby in the midst of it, or something.
Something like that.
So yeah, Jubilee's coming back to kind of bridge that gap for how these vampires are acting differently. There's your cover A. Scotty Young's got a cover B. Cover C is Peach Momoko. Cover D is your blank variant, and then 1 in 50 Scotty Young. And then the whole top of the table is Blood Hunt number 3, proper, of the complete 5-issue miniseries. So we are in the middle, and it's certainly getting hairy. Can't say a lot more than that without giving it all away.
Right.
So I'll just show you the covers. Cover A is a very sick-looking Miles Morales. Someone should get him some Gatorade. Cover B.
I don't think he needs Gator.
Cover C is amazing.
Yeah.
Cover D is your Fang variant. We got 1 in 25s that just look beautiful every time. 1 in 10s. And then the 1 in 100 all art cover. If you're not into Blood Hunt yet, and you're thinking about it, stop thinking. Just read Blood Hunt. We got a whole
Jump
section
in.
for it.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Pick a character you like and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we move to the DC's part of the table, and DC starts off by bringing back their Elseworlds titles with Batman by Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age. Starts off obviously with Clark, Cal coming to Earth. We don't see what's in it as of yet, but then it jumps 33 years later, which, little Christ imagery there, I think, perhaps. But is very much a Catwoman story for the first issue in the best way possible in the Victorian age.
Agreed.
It is great. It is wonderful. Bats is there, but just in the background, and again, in the best way possible. If you've been jonesing for some like cool gothic Batman, this is the book to get. We got your regular cover there.
You've been jonesing for gothic Batman?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Got your cover B, which is spiffy and shiny. Limbs covered C. We've got a 1 in 25 variant for that one there, and a 1 in 50 variant. Next to that, DC Pride Uncovered is a whole collection of all the DC Pride covers, variant covers that they put out over the last few years, collected in a nice little collection there. And then, if you've never read Gotham by Gaslight, here's your facsimile for it. Jack the Ripper comes to Gotham, Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, they fight. It's drawn by Mike Mignola. It's wonderful. It's gorgeous. Complete in one. This is what you should get if you've never read it. And if you just want a primer as to what's going on in the Kryptonian age. You got your regular cover there.
It's literally the only thing you need to read before the new series.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. So you got your regular cover, and you have your spiffy, shiny foil variant for that one there.
Purple.
Batman Robin number 10 finishes off the Shush storyline, as Ben can't keep a straight face. And also the Man-Bat storyline, but also continues with another storyline that's going to be awesome after that. The last page is great. Batman, Robin, and Howard, final issue for that one at issue number 4. Blue Beetles on issue number 10. And then Suicide Squad Dream Team is on its final issue, which is a lead up into Absolute Power. But man, there's some bad stuff that happens in that issue. It was sad.
Thanks.
Yeah. Green Lanterns on issue number 12. It's the final part of the House of Brainiac story arc with Guy and Lobo, and their adventures. But also, as you can see, Star Sapphire shows up in this one. You've got your 1 in 25 variant for that there. Outsiders on issue number 8. Ginny Hex, Jonah Hex, all the Hexes meeting Batwoman. It's great. Love it. Sinister Sons on its penultimate issue number 5. They get haircuts. It's true.
Stop.
No, it's true.
It's kind of hard to cut super people hair.
I mean, they're like, you know what? They just get haircuts. Red Hood the Hills on issue number 5. And then we got DC Collecteds. Batman Beyond Neo Gothic has only come out in hardcover. It's the whole collection for $24.99. Mark Waid and Barry Kitson's JLA Year 1, all 12 issues collected. It's a great miniseries. If you've never read it, just how they all came together. Nightwing Battle for Bloodhaven's Heart is volume 3 of that series. It is wonderful. You should read it. You can even ignore 1 and 2 and just read this and enjoy it. Small press wise, Hate Revisited. Peter Bagge comes back after, probably a decade.
Forever.
And a new Hate has come out, a new issue 1. Usagi Yojimbo, Crow Part 3 of 5, and it is wonderful, just like all the other ones. Into the Unbeing, issue number 1. What was the quick pitch?
It's like Australian geologists or anthropologists have discovered something mysterious, and they walk into it, and it is the things they see in there are just as weird and creepy, if not more so, than what's on the cover.
And there we go. Valiance is on issue number 2, and then...
Oh, I got something to say about this one.
High on Life?
Yeah, High on Life. I did not read it, I will preface, but I did witness Kyle reading it, and that was the most joyous I've seen him read a comic book that didn't have a vampire or Blade in it in a long time. Yeah. So what do you say? It was like Rick and Morty meets I Hate Fairyland. There's just a lot of fun ideas in there. I listened to him describe them in the best way possible.
I think for a book that's called High on Life, there's an awful lot of death that goes on in High on Life. Yeah. So yeah.
Death or something.
Hey!
Steve Buscemi's in it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's funny. I can't wait till someone reads that.
Labyrinth Archive Editions on issue 3 of 3. Crocodile Black is on issue 2. Our favorite Philip Kennedy Johnson.
That's a weird book in a good way. There was a little bit of question at the end of issue 1, what's going on. He has found a dead hitman and has, because of his own psychosis, assumed his personality, but he's like a 15-year-old kid. He's just like, I'm this guy now. And he's acting like it. It's good. It's a good book.
And then Amory Wars is on issue number 2, and Lawful is on issue number 1. What was the picture again, Kyle? It was...
essentially, in a world full of monsters, these kids realize that, or the society dictates that if you do something bad, you slowly get parts of a monster. This kid's really scared of becoming a monster and is following every rule that there is. And even the rules that he does follow and being a good person isn't really getting him too far in this world. So, really good hook at the end. I'm kind of in for this one.
Yeah. Good first issue. So that's issue 1. Collections from Boom, Coda. Is it the whole thing? No.
That's second. It's the
second volume. Okay.
Yeah.
Second volume, Coda. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Necessary Evil Part 2 in a big fat collection. Garbage Pail Kids Origins, the whole collection for that there. And then we have Thundercats issue 5. It's the Chitara issue. It is big giant. It's a lot of training, a lot of talking. You got your regular cover, you got your action figure variant, and then your 1 in 30 variant for that there.
Definitely what I want from Chitara, a bunch of talking.
And fighting during training.
You didn't say fighting, you said talking.
I said training. But yeah, lots of that. Dick Tracy. So we loved it. It's sold out. We've got issue 1s back in, and that's right there. It's great. It's a good noir, 1920s noir story. Here's your issue 2, and then we've got cover B, and then we've got a 1 in 10 variant for that there. Complete Web of Horror, classic magazine filled with chock-a-block full of like classic artists, Wrightson, Arthur Sudium, Frank Frazetta, all sorts of stories, all collected. $50, and not a bad hardcover.
And like a ton of like essay annotation, like anything you want to know about these issues is in there.
Yeah. From Distillery White Boat, we've got the convention exclusive for that one there.
So it's issue 1, yeah.
It's at cover price, so if you missed it the first time, now you can get a cool exclusive cover.
Our favorite distilleries right now.
Yep. Hunger in the Dusk. Is this the whole thing?
Volume 1.
First part. Yep. Part 1. G. Willow Wilson's like indie book, and Kyle loves it.
I do.
Every bit
very
of it.
orc-centric.
Yep. For Godzilla, we got Best Space Godzilla in a full collection. But then we've also got Godzilla Skate or Die, which is an awesome number 1 for a Godzilla book. It is not as silly as you think it's going to be, but just as fun as you're hoping it's going to be. So we've got your regular cover there. I mean, as Ben pointed out, he is riding the fire.
The nuclear fire, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah.
It's
a great book.
Your cover B for that right there, which is also pretty cool. Below that, Archie's The Wicked Trinity. It's another single one-shot.
Three-parter.
Three-parter?
Yeah.
Okay. Part 1, cover A, and then cover B. We still have the Ginseng Roots full collection, and then we've got all sorts of Image First for $1. Try them out. They're wonderful. They're great. We like them all. And then we end with Feral, at least in small press stuff. Issue 1, retailer edition.
These are
It's great.
These are retail exclusive covers of Feral, which is like a very renowned series now, apparently, that we brought back from Comics Pro almost 4 months ago, but we weren't allowed to sell, which is weird, because there's PDF, like a QR code or something in there where you could read issues 2 and 3. So like we got like a warning email, like don't sell these until issue 3 comes out. So we're like, all right,
Danger,
all right.
Robinson.
So I finally found them in the bottom of my file today, and I was like, oh cool, we can put these on the table. Selling online for like $60, $65, so we put $40 on it. Or you found one selling for like 100. It's wild.
Yeah.
We've got volume 4 of Night of the Living Cat. We're going to continue to push all ages Deadpool Wolverine on you because we want to corrupt the children. Minecraft With or Without You is the complete 3-part omnibus in one book. Jupiter Nettle and the Seven Schools of Magic is a new all-ages magic book.
Ooh, you got that really good.
I've been looking at that title for all day. Mushroom Fan Club is a really adorable information book all about mushrooms. Yeah, my least favorite thing on the table. My Little Pony, this is the best of Spike. We've also got a new, I think it's a My Little Pony one-shot. This is Maritime Mysteries, not Maritime. A one-shot for Saturday Morning Adventures with TMNT and Usagi Yojimbo, which I thought was a miniseries, but I guess it's a one-shot. And then a brand new Mad Magazine, and we're all on a Mad Magazine kick since the facsimile edition came out last week, so we normally don't have them on the table, but here they are. Brand new issue. I'll finish by saying at the front of the table, we have a bunch of magazines that are comic book adjacent, like Wizard and Toy Fair, probably a little other things mixed in there for $1. So come grab those, fill your house with them. There's probably posters still
And
in
all
there.
sorts of stuff.
Or not. Wizard was fun while it lasted. But thank you for joining us for this chock-a-block full table. Let us know if we can pull anything for you, put in your file, or hold for you to get tomorrow. And that's it. I just kept on talking until I didn't know what to say anymore. Have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for your comic books.